Okay, and we are live.
Huzzah.
While we wait for folks to start coming in, and hello there. It's been a little while. Nerui here, and welcome back to another round of Fallout Equestria: Distant Lands.
Hello, peoples.
And the best part is we actually have pretty much everyone here this time. Well, the little Alicorn filly's kind of muted at the point, but technically we have everyone in the call now. Miracles!
Wowza, that's amazing. Nice. We have it. Last time was short technical difficulties, and I'll just go happen. Nerui and Magical, both their characters, were checking out what they saw on Barry's EFS and found an iBot. It's spoken medical terms and whatnot, saying that needs supplies. Eventually, whenever a firm in just holding on to said supplies, it dropped an act, basically tried to rob them somewhat. And after much conversation, they were directed north towards what they assume is a sick family, and walked that way with the rest of the group, and have arrived coming over a hill to see what looks like a small settlement of sorts off. And so, welcome to the the campaign. We're going to start.
And let's hope this little setup works. That it'll pick up the roll 20. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to go to the other option.
Well, you shouldn't have to worry, because not much is going to be happening on roll 20. I don't have them yet, because I'm on a different computer still. Don't worry, my other computer is currently being shipped off to be repaired, so yay!
And it looks like it's just showing a big white window, so
yeah,
gonna have to do this
next
version.
Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I will maps, better audio completely, all the good stuff, because I'll have a good computer then. Yay.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll be able to better figure out OBS a bit as well.
Hopefully. Let's just get to the good part of actually. Yeah. You and your groggy morning, tired, having come over the hill, see a town off in the distance, and what looks like guards on either side of a gate. And upon closer inspection, they look like dogs standing on their hind legs, and one of them is just asleep in a chair in the middle of the gate.
Well, it's certainly been a while since I've last had to treat a diamond dog.
So, I don't see you sneaking or anything along those lines. You certainly have said it so. And upon your arrival to the gates, the guards have their guns out. They're pointed not necessarily in your direction, but they're armed and ready to put fights or attempts at break-in on the town if something were to happen.
They're at attention.
There's a few dead creatures outside, such as the occasional rat, scorpion, maybe a feral ghoul's corpse. And you arrive at the gates with them putting up like a hall or something for you to have them going and waking up the one asleep in a chair. Huh? Oh, right. Would you be Barry? That was her name, right? But yeah, the dog have his chair.
Yes, I'm Barry, and these are my compatriots. I've been told there are some sick and wounded that need treatment. So I'm here to see if I can diagnose what's wrong with them and administer treatment.
Well, come on in. My name is not important, so I'm not going to tell it to you. It's a burning question that you want to know someday. This is Mud. This city is kind of where we live in bulk. Yeah. And to our local annoying doctor over for years, Sprite. They do look like eyeballs, don't they? Yeah.
You were kind of breaking up there for a little bit.
It's probably this guy's accent, just thing. He says that you all talk to their local doctor through Sprite Bot, walking you all through town, just pointing out that location. There's the mess hall. There's the bar. As he's pointing things out, you eventually arrive at what was of sorts on the outskirts of the city. There's a few dogs in there that look like they've been through some battles, have some fairly large gashes on them, just lying there. There's buckets of puke next to them, stuff along those lines. This is the... Yeah, we're not sure what's wrong with them. We don't do this medical stuff. You'll have to talk to Dr. Fuck, what's his name? Well, you'll have to talk to the doctor. You can get his name from him whenever you go and talk to him or somewhere in his tent. And I'll leave you to it. Don't break anything. Don't steal anything. Unless if you kill anyone, you're going to die. So, goodbye. And with that, the unnamed guard walked all in front of the med bay tent, whatever, to speak with the doctor, because he's somewhere in this tent with a bunch of ponies, not ponies, but dogs in it. Just patients, not looking too well. And yeah.
I'll start by taking proper precautions and give it pull a spare bit of bandage scraps from my doctor's kit that I had used earlier before my current selection of bandages were made, and just use that as kind of a makeshift mask. I'll then enter into it and ask for the doctor and start asking him questions about how long have they been like this, and when did their symptoms start.
After a bit of walking and asking around across a large dog, brown coat, a scar across one of his eyes, and wearing a lab coat, fairly bloody, has seen some use. Yes, I'm the doctor. You must be Barry, right?
Mm-hmm.
We spoke over Spritebot.
Indeed. What kind of conditions are we looking at?
Right to the point. I like it. I lied a little bit, but there are some pretty sick folk. That's not the main issue, but there are dogs that need your help here. Kind of surprised that us being dogs didn't throw you off, but hey, I'm glad it didn't. We have several injured with lashes and cuts across them. Few just horrendous injuries, limbs having been ripped off. Few that have been poisoned, what they have radiation poison, among other injuries. Some of them just have us, but by far the worst we have is over here. You should probably take a look at him first.
Lead
as you walk, go on.
Lead the way then.
You walk into tent, kind of connected to this main one. There's a lot of them like this. And see a dog with one of his arms completely ripped off, a cybernetic leg, and his intestines are just ripped open. He's all got one of those heart monitors that's barely showing any signs of life in him.
I'd like to make a medicine roll to go into a quick examination so I can determine the best course of action.
All right. Go ahead.
This guy's obviously in critical condition. Thank goodness I am a damn good medic.
Just for convenience, what did you roll?
92. 92 out of 105 to be precise.
Hey, you almost didn't, but you almost did. Because you can still crit fail even if your skill is.
Yeah, I can still crit fail, but that means I need to pretty much hit a perfect crit fail.
Yeah.
I mean, the extra skills to help offset potential penalties, so.
Yeah. As you're looking at this burly dog over, he obviously has ripped open chest and whatnot. And you say, based on various symptoms, just his surroundings, he has severe radiation poisoning, would require a lot of red weight to help with that. He would need soda, needs some sort of better bandage or stub peg leg like they used to do in times of not having technology. For his removed limb, he has a very busted cybernetic leg, which you do not have cybernetic engineer, so you wouldn't be able to really help with that. He is very... His fur is... I don't know the word for it.
Mangy?
Yes, there we go. There are some maggots on places which do help with infection, but it's also not that great to have maggots on you, obviously. The doctor begins to speak to you as you're eyeing up this dog. This was our... what you ponies would call general. Well, zebras, ponies, whatever. Most of your group is the pony variety, so I'll just say general. He was in the city fighting and has been like this for the past week and a half. The rest of the unit was...
I only wish I could have come here to treat him sooner.
Yes. If only. I assume that you may have some idea of what to do, maybe help him. There's talk just putting him out of it, but there's a lot of dogs right here that would reasonably be against he's their general and whatnot, yada yada yada.
I'll get started working on him right away. One of my companions, the small filly that looks like a wizard out of a storybook, does know some healing magic. So you can take her and the rest of the group to treat some of the less severe cases. In the meantime, I've got work to do. And I will shift my attention to the general, with my cybernetic arms coming out of the back to help me with my work.
to move on to the next, as he's taking and moving with the group. So, a petition. I know you're working on like a home, so you may not be here. In that case, Robert, let's see, what are you doing?
Wait, why am I being skipped here?
Oh, you are here. Never
I've been
mind.
here the entire time.
Yeah, you didn't say anything.
I did
I know
say
you're here, but you weren't.
Well, that's because that was all Barry stuff with the medicine. I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. I do know that you've got some healing magic, and that means you can take care of a lot of the other ones who aren't as in a critical condition, allowing me to focus on him without having to worry so much.
Tater Tot has no healing magic and very
I'm talking
terrible
about
skills.
I'm talking about Misty.
Oh, okay. Well, he said something about me, and then
No.
I was talking about Tater Tot.
Oh.
I know you were talking about moved on to him, not Misty yet.
So wait, you told someone else that I have magic?
And because this is a situation with a lot of seriously injured folks, and I cannot, and with how critical that the general is, I need to focus all my attention on him. So I need Misty to cover some of the less critical patients.
Unless I misheard, I thought most of the injured were dogs.
They are dogs, yes.
Yeah, we're in a diamond dog town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, that I did not hear.
I picked that up. It was a little bit hard to pick up because he was breaking up a lot on my end.
Yes, I apologize for this.
Yeah, it's not your fault, dude.
Ever.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways, I did type in there that Tater Tot will wander off to the aforementioned rat scorpion corpses that were outside the town and see if there's anything still worth salvaging on them, if they're too rotted or picked over. Meat, venom sacs, chitin plates, etc.
You would... I'm going back outside to these corpses of various rat scorpions included, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Find that they are mostly picked clean. Any meat or carapace that would have been food / armor, anything along those lines, has already been salvaged by the dogs.
Well, okay then. In that case, I will head over to where the local equivalent of a market may be. Even if it's just a single store.
The local store. Alright. Well, after quick wander about and looking for a place to sell / buy things, you wander across somewhat like a market, loosely thrown together, some tents and whatnot. It's nothing major. There are some dogs selling meats, some vegetables, armor, weaponry. There's one what used to be items sign that has been scratched out and just written ammo instead. Basically, all you need to send, except for 8 items.
Okay. So that's what's around here. I'm going to come up with a little wish list here to throw at you. Go ahead and move to someone else. I'll figure out what I'm doing.
Alright. While you fix up your wish list, I will to the next individual. Robert. Alright. You hear, Robert?
I've got in one of the other servers. I have to push to talk. I'm an idiot.
That's happened to me a few times.
Shame! All the shame.
Alright. But what are you doing?
Well, let's see. Downtown, there's off getting stuff from the rat scorpions that are assumedly dead. There's not a lot I can do outside of punching things and sneaking around, if I'm being 100% honest.
Well, then don't.
Alright. Also, go on.
I guess if Tater Tot needs to help, I can help rip off the carapaces and venom sacs from the rat scorpions. That's about it.
Oh, it was established those are already picked off. Right now, Tater Tot's at the local market trying to buy and sell things, which I'm figuring out what he's trying to buy and sell.
So I've got nothing off the top of my head that Shane can do.
You guys seem to have anything pressing to do, according to that. So I will go on to Misty. But also, don't fix up your armor. It is better now. Perform with that yet. But yeah.
Many much better.
On to small, cute death filly of doom.
Yes, the Bard Filly of Doom. She is going to do bard things by using her mighty Zephyr Blade to start healing people. For behold, this is the mighty Zephyr Blade.
Out of character, I probably should have warned them
The
that she's a bit silly.
The doctor, puns, begins very questioningly raising an eyebrow as you wave a stick at a dog before smacking him violently, and him somehow healed-ish, but also with a stick. So,
Zephyr Blade. Zephyr Blade. Oh crap. That's only a.
I'm just assuming that every time you see a Zephyr Blade, you smack a random dog face.
Behold the mighty Zephyr Blade. Smack. right over the head, as if you're like reprimanding someone, basically. You know, kind of like a schoolmarm with her ruler. Smack! You know, so as they'll learn not to get so much hurt next time.
I can easily picture this and just seeing the little filly going around whacking dogs on the head. occasionally goofing up and having to do it again.
You are healed.
That is...
You get a heal, and you get a heal. Everybody gets healed.
Well, she's trying to hide that she's using real magic, and you gave her the Mighty Zephyr Blade. Like, if dogs still have any sense of fetch, they understand how important sticks are. It would hopefully be a lot easier for them to understand the concept of a healing stick than I wave Then I wave my feathers at you to get better. It makes a lot more sense if she uses the stick to heal them. Because it's a dog culture.
Oh, God. This is great. Halfway through one of your mini whacks on the head, the doctor just grabs the stick. Preventing you from smacking the...
No, get it back! How dare you!
That's not works.
The dog door.
I'm going to take it. Somewhere safe. Just don't do anything. And
she will snatch.
The doctor proceeds to. He proceeds to a filing, not a cupboard or a cabinet of some sort. Stick it and lock the cabinet.
Well, as soon as he turns away, she's going to try to take it back from him. Let's see here.
Well, he goes to tend to other patients, walking past some of the you have smacked with a stick, with the mighty Zephyr Blade, leaving you to your own devices. One of the dumbest things that he could have done, but still.
Surely she can figure out how to undo this lock. This won't get the best of her. Let's see here. She's got like no chance of doing it. But sure, why not? She is confident that she can take care of this. Hiya! Well, unless she's got like a plus 35, that's a fail. Especially since she doesn't have any bobby pins.
I'm just assuming that you start flying in front of it like, stroking your chin with your hoof. Open. And nothing happens. But yes. After failing to talk with your mind and willing it to open, none of this works, by the way. What are you going to do?
She's gonna start using her fox to heal their wounds.
What?
The power of fluff compels you!
No!
The power of fluff compels you!
Please tell me you're not actually touching them with the fox, you're just holding it near them.
I mean, she basically holds her
Think
near.
Okay. Quit what you're doing again, because I think it cut out, and I just heard you're punching them with a fox?
Okay. Basically, she is lifting pixie sticks up in the air and then bringing her down so that way her face is near the dog and says the power of fluff compels you. Basically raising her up again and bring her back down. The power of fluff compels you.
And this
And you're
time she
trying to
passed
get
the
it out
performance roll, so they're actually buying it.
No, after she gave up on the lock, because Pixie Stick's not on it, shook her head to go like, yeah, no, I can't do anything. What are you doing this to me for? And she just kind of looked down, saw that she had her fox or hose, and went, screw it. Power fluff compels you. Pixie Sticks makes her feel better when she's not feeling well. Therefore, it's a legitimate excuse to use magic. They cannot question it.
Alright, so you're going over to radiation sick dogs. Some dogs missing limbs, others just, you don't know what the fuck's going on, but they're not in good shape. One of them that looks like he's blind. And you're just like, the power of you. Over top of them, shaking down poison joke powder or just residue off of your fox's fur.
No, because she gets brushed regularly, and you said that it only comes from the flowers that grow from her coat.
Ah, dang it. I was hoping you'd forget about that.
No! I have taken very close care of what you have given me for free, and I am planning to abuse it maliciously later.
So as long as she's
Free?
not directly touching, then she can get away with this.
A time will come when I make you rue the day you had a poison joke fox.
Hey, I'm not the one who wanted to give her the powers. I just said, hey, this is how she was conceived in another campaign. And you were like, okay, fine. She has actual poison joke powers. Have fun with that. And I was like, well, fine, I guess I will, because you're not giving me a choice.
If that's the case, that's on you.
So you can't yell at me. You're the one who did this. I'm just trying to make use of what you have given me.
I yell into the mirror every night. For some of what I do. Alright. Succeeded on your performance roll. You succeeded on your performance roll. So, mile out of a few of them. And laughter is medicine. So each of them get 1 point of health back.
Oh, and she's also literally casting healing magic on them.
Well, yes, obviously. But they each get a point of health back from a fox being shades. Because it's that.
I cannot type. Wow. Kind of makes a big difference, that one letter. Gosh damn it.
Well, yeah. Pixie did not finish, their fox turret.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not her fault. The building's all blown up and stuff. So, like...
Well, maybe if Misty didn't light it on fire.
She didn't do anything to that building. Misty is innocent in this.
That's not what the wanted posters I printed say.
Misty is innocent. That's a fail, but... Besides, who can really tell the difference between a real and a fake fox turret degree anyway? See, look, this is written in official crayon. You can even read 1/4 of the letters.
As we lose and regain our GM, I did PM him my shopping list, if anyone was curious.
Oh dear.
Of course I'm curious. I need every single pre-war outfit I can get, which
That
so
is
far
actually
includes...
on the list. Well, just general
Yeah.
pre-war outfits, not the specific ones.
That's it. I have a list. A specific one.
I remember Tater Tot can sew. Oh, I should ask for a sewing kit.
Yeah, we definitely need a sewing.
I do have a sewing kit, although I generally keep it so I can sew limbs back together and do stitching. But I do have a sewing kit.
I mean, a sewing kit is the 5th tonic of equipment, so I mean, that's always definitely good to keep around. Having a good dough kit, though, that is also very important.
Yeah, looking at this general that I'm going to be treating once my turn comes up, I'm probably got to use a number of the magic bandages, Radaway, and healing potions, because this guy is he's so messed up.
Yeah, if we have the components, I could fix their cybernetics. I couldn't make new ones, but I should be able to fix them. Because Earth Pony Cutie Mark powers are OP.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope that I can make an attempt to sew his biological limb back in place, and use the mix of the magic bandages and the healing potions to try and heal that up. Can't say whether it'll work or not, but it's at least worth a try.
Looks like he's unmuted, but he's constantly triggered there.
Back in, but we need to wait for us to be able to hear him.
Yep. Like he just has a bad connection to it. He's gone. stuff I'm looking to sell is just random stuff from my inventory I don't think we're ever going to use. And Crim.
Yeah, kind of the way I think of it, I think I still haven't even looked at that bottle of Crim Victory that I'd gotten, because that apparently that Crim Victory is the one that has an image on the cover on the bottle of a pony in power armor standing over the corpse of a dead zebra, and that was what the mayor of that first town gave me as a reward. So I still have yet to have that "oh hell nah" moment.
Mm-hmm. And the things I'm looking to buy are armors that we can combine to bump up people's DT, as well as some food and drink items, possible weapon upgrades for myself or Barry, and some secret things.
And he's gone again.
And he's back.
He's back, but can we hear him?
Well, it's showing muted on my screen.
Still made it a lot farther farther than last week compared to when technical difficulties started to interrupt things versus last week, because it started pretty early on, if memory serves.
Oh, I think I just heard.
All right, there we go. Finally, worthless. I decided I was going to give Discord a monicum of chance and faith that it's not going to break by opening Mr. Competition's message. It decided to break and crash, and then Google crashed the entire page.
I'm sorry. Should I have just whispered it in?
Put it in. Girl. Just put your wish list in just in general, because
Okay.
just put it, as I don't want this to drag on and be a glitchy, laggy piece of shit the entire session.
It is in general.
All right. I see now. Oh. Let's go on back to
Yeah, so my turn then?
yes, it is your turn.
Very well. The operation is underway. So for the first thing first thing I'm going to do is, well, I've already got my both of my cybernetic arms out to help me with it. I'm going to try and take his innards that have been spilling out and place them back into his body cavity. Then hold the wound closed and use my cybernetic arms and my sewing kit to stitch it shut before applying a magical bandage.
That's a... Let's see. Give me 2 medicine rolls. 1 for the holding it together and putting things back in, and 2 for the bandages.
So 2 you need?
Yeah. 2 medicine rolls.
Roll 20 is not treating me well this time. I'll have that's going to end up wasting a magic bandage. I'm going to have to try another one.
So your second roll was a failure?
Yeah.
Alright.
It was a perfect 100, a crit fail, so that just completely ruined the bandage that I was applying, so I had to make a second roll to try again, so that's going to take 2 magic bandages out of my inventory.
I had the second roll reserved for the stitching and the bandage.
Ah. Well, in that,
So
that case...
you
that
critically failed at stitching.
Oh. In that case, that would just mean that... Okay, so that means the third roll there is reattempting the stitching. So that means I need 1 more for the bandage.
Yes. I
Okay.
just love how, like, I'm gonna try and stitch you together. Stabbed something vital, probably. Alright, you're perfectly fine. Don't worry.
I just imagine that a critical failure on the stitching. You make all the stitches, and as soon as you're done, you realize you forgot to put thread on.
Oh,
Yeah, I like that.
threading needles is a pain, even with cybernetics.
That's why you didn't do it.
So anyway, let me look up the magic bandage. It's 1 magical bandage. It's heals 20 plus medicine divided by 10, rounded down, d10. So that's 20 plus...
Well, isn't your medicine 105? That'd be 10d10. Unless yours is considered higher because of a perk.
Yeah, it's medicine divided by 10, but thanks to my perks, I've got an extra 40 on there, so 140.
So that'd be, yeah, 14d10.
Plus 20.
Yes.
I almost put it down to 7 because I'm so used to regular bandages requiring me to half it.
Nice.
Okay, so that should take care of his biggest gaping wound. Next, what were his remaining things? There was, I mean,
he is missing an arm and has severe radiation poisoning.
Biological arm, right?
Yes.
All right.
He does have a cybernetic leg, but you can't do anything about that without cybernetic engineer. So.
All right. So I'm gonna start another attempt because, I cannot speak. I'm going to try to try and do a little bit of stitching, because my plan is to try and stitch it back in place, apply a magical bandage and a healing potion to combine to try and heal that up. Would that work?
Let me do a quick think, because I gotta think whether or not that would work. I'd say you might want to give him some meds. It's gonna hurt like hell, but yes.
I do have some med X, so I can use that to treat the pain, you know, as an anesthetic. Okay, so I'll use 1 unit of med X for anesthetic. Then I will first the roll to stitch. I better check and make sure that's not... And that is in my fumble range. I am not good with a needle and fucking thread.
So okay. You failed to sew again. All
Yeah.
right, let me tell you exactly how bad. So you're sewing and it's going good. It's going pretty decent. And you realize that you cut short and you can't actually finish it. And so you attempt to tug the needle out of the thread, but instead you just why would you like thread like that? You basically just rip part of what you had there further out. So now he has an even bigger wound, and he is bleeding from it. Yay!
The second roll was my second attempt at stitching. This one worked successfully. He has now been stitched. I'm going to apply the bandage.
All right.
Okay, going to back to inventory. Remove another magic bandage from there, and now I'm going to apply a healing potion. That's same roll. Giggity.
Alright, so you grab the healing potion out of your bag, you give it to him. He's drinking it. He's been somewhat warily eyeing at you during this, especially whenever you messed up the stitching twice. So he's been inquisitively looking at you like, so, this is the doctor they gave me. Yay. But he drinks the potion, no fuss or anything. But he doesn't actually say anything like thank you or any of this. He just kind of eyes you up and down, letting you do your work.
Yeah. And if he wants to say anything, he can do it when I'm done. So I'm assuming with that, all that's left is his radiation poisoning, right?
Yes.
You said he had extreme rad poisoning. That's over 800, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
So I'll have to give him 4 doses of rad away. Another 69.
Yay.
With that, the thing that I'm kind of wondering about with that 97 is that it's in my fumble range, but at the same time I got 105, so does that mean it still counts as a fail, or is it...
It still counts as a crit fail.
Alright.
Just as if I had a 47 for a critical success chance, but only a skill of 14. A 47 is still a critical success. It's weird that way.
Alright, in that case, it means that 1 is going... I'll just assume that that 1 was me dropping it and accidentally stepping on it because my hooves were slippery from the blood of stuffing his innards back inside. And...
I was going to assume it was filled with water, not readily works too.
Okay, so with that... That is 4 successful doses of Radaway, healing him 800 rads.
He is looking better, not near death anymore. But even after going to the doctors and having magically been healed, you're not going to be in tip-top shape immediately, so...
Yeah, he's still going to need time to let the healing process complete, because, yeah, if he doesn't want to lose that limb, he needs to let it run its course. But basically, I believe that should take care of every major thing that was wrong with him, right?
Yes, it does.
That's it. Operation complete. I'll tuck my cybernetic arms back into my chassis. I'm going to clean those later on. And well, General, you're out of danger now, but I would recommend you rest until you finish healing, because you were in a very critical state, and even with the operation, there's still a recovery period.
Yeah, I know. So, you're an interesting character. Cybernetics, a doctor. 3 very not so common things around this part of the world. Care to explain how I wound up being treated by a character of your skills and background?
Given that you live on these islands, I'd guess you're probably somewhat familiar with the benefactor.
I think I've heard the name before. Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, we owe our ticket to this island to him. It's apparently more complicated than I originally thought, because based on what I've seen, this benefactor appears to be a millennia-old immortal zebra that has strange abilities. And even though we've technically killed him, he is likely going to revive, and now we have to try and figure a way to put him down for good. And it seems like he ended up bringing all of us well, except for the merchant. We met him here on the island, but all of us in our original group were brought here because apparently he felt there was some sort of prophecy that mentioned us. I don't know how much of that is accurate, since he seemed to be so fond of speaking in riddles and mysteries. But that's how the lot of us ended up coming to this island.
Well, since you speak in riddles and rhyming, fairly fond that he speaks in riddles and mysteries. But meh, that's just something I noticed.
I may speak in verse, but I still try to make my messages clear.
Yeah, sure. You say he's immortal, or something like that, right?
We found some kind of crypt that had ancient Zebrakin writings on it that made reference to a being that matched the benefactor's description, and how he was sealed in that tomb until some pony managed to blow a hole in the container and release him.
Give me a bit, and I think I might have something you all want to check out. But, I'm assuming you have no clue about anything that's going on here, do you? Specifically here, not just like here, but here.
Considering we were dragged here by slavers, yeah, they didn't exactly clue us in as to what the current events were on the islands.
Well, that tells me you haven't run into anything major yet. One, we've been attacked by about 4 different groups in the past week. We've attacked a few groups in the past week. And the main thing that all these attacks have had in common: food. Food, disease, some more food. Yeah. That's how I got all these scars and nasty wounds. Group across the way past these city ruins we're next to. We've been having a skirmish for a while, and we have some supplies, and they want said supplies. Yeah. It's not been well. Aside from that, I'm not sure if outside of our little settlement here, if you were wondering, the town is called Mud. Don't ask me why. And
it's still better than the first town we arrived in. That town apparently didn't have a name at all. So it's kind of nice to be in a town that actually has an actual name.
Hey, there's a one benefit about this shithole. We have a name.
Not much of a silver lining, but in the world we live in, you take what you can get for blessings.
But thank you. I assume you have work to get to, tending to other individuals before they drop dead. Because, believe me, there's a lot of people getting here close to that.
One of my compatriots is trying to help, but yes, I should get over there and start seeing to the next most critical patients. After you've had a chance to rest, perhaps we can speak more with the entire party present, so we can try and figure out if there's anything that we can do to help you, at least before we move on.
Whenever you get the chance, I would look forward to having that talk. The name's Whistle. Yeah, I know. Ironic. Most dogs hate whistles. Probably why people hate me. But I get my job done, so.
Yeah. It's a pleasure, General Whistle. My name is Barry.
I look forward to talking later.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully none of your group are racist against dogs. I've met a few of those.
I know I'm not. As long as some pony, or some dog in this case, is sick and or injured, they're all equal in my eyes as patients.
Glad to hear it. Alright.
Yep. Now I shall leave you to your rest and see to the rest of the wounded. Until we speak again, General. Take care.
I'm assuming that whenever you were talking about Misty yelling things, I'm assuming that she was just in the background yelling, Zephyrblade! Or...
I mean, did they open the cabinet again?
No, or the power of fluff compels you, or something along the lines of childish things.
Yeah.
Then yes, that is still what she is
Yeah.
She can be a little bit silly at times. She is a child, after all, but she does have abilities, and it is nice to have her to aid me when battlefield injuries require the attention of in multiple places at once.
Indeed. But I will not take up your time any longer.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Right.
Make sure things are
Right.
safe and sound.
I'll see to the rest of your people, and you rest in the meantime. After that,
All right.
After that, Barry will leave and go to where the rest of the patients are to pick up the slack in treatment.
All right. I believe that Mr. Competition was next. Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. I edited the list to remove those items.
I know. I've been reading chat. So, as you're walking around the shop, offering, like, hey, here's some really shitty soft drink that seems to be everywhere on this island. You want it? They'll give you 10 caps for each of the creme that you sell them. And the Enclave hat, they'll 15 for. And whenever you do sell that, the shop puts it on.
Okay.
As like, yes, I am now Enclave. Spear, the knife spear.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few different shops around. Some of them more gun focused, but there are a few melee ones that I'll give you 50 caps, 70. How about I give you 76? Ah. and they just keep bouncing off of each other by 1 cap. It's up to 100. And then 101.
Okay.
So I'll give you I'll give you final price on that in a bit.
Okay.
There are no major stuff. Most of the stuff on your list is clothing and armor, I'm seeing, and they don't have that kind of stuff unless you're looking for it in Diamond Dog size.
That's perfectly fine if it's Diamond Dog size. Because I can modify it back to pony size.
Alright. It is twice the normals for in Diamond Dog size, except for the Armored Duster, that's just 200 cats. I'm not making you pay 300 cats for that. The Sparkle Cola, there is a dog just with a fridge full of drinks, which includes Sparkle Cola, Sunset Sarsaparilla, Crim, all the good things. And dirty water. Yeah.
I have a lot of dirty water already. I don't need any more.
Yeah, the Sparkle Cola is for its standard price. The Sunset Sarsaparilla is for its standard price. 10 of each, so, yeah. Fancy Buck snack cakes. There is like 6 boxes of it, and they're priced at caps each.
Could you repeat the value there? You broke up.
15 caps opposed to the in the book.
Okay.
I'm assuming that in character, Charizard just looks at the price and is like, "Really?" And the dog is just like, "Yes."
Pretty much.
There's not much candy around. Some Charger rifles. You're not seeing weapons in their stores. And same with a wagon. You're not seeing that either.
Okay. How about the sewing kit?
You go up to a store that had medicine items written on it before the sign was changed to ammo, and you're asking around like any sewing kits, and the all things that could have been an aid or medical item of any sort have been moved over to the med bay for on the injured.
Okay. And then just one other question. You said that all the armors double their value. How many are available of each, roughly? Or should I just assume like less than 8 or something?
The armor, there's 3 of those. Trader outfit, there's like 6 of them. Pre-war outfits, there aren't any of them because you don't see very many Diamond Dogs wearing pre-war outfits.
Okay.
Ragged cloaks and leather armor, there is 6 of.
All right. I will let you know what I have purchased afterwards. I will need to know that final value of the knife spear whenever you get around to it.
of that later.
Okay.
After competition, I am going back to Robert. Food is somewhat important. I have yet to completely. I'm counting that strictly or not at all. I'm just saying that you eat on as you go. So, there is a like diner type thing here. But yeah, Robert, your thing. Don't. You're on push to talk because you're not. We can't hear you.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think of what Chen could possibly do in this city, for lack of a better word. I mean, his talents are mostly revolved around fighting, and I mean, I guess I'll try to gather some ingredients for, you know, like potions and stuff, for lack of anything better.
In the market area, you have. You can't really find herbs being sold like one of the restaurant quotation marks because it is just like a small store. But yeah, there's some red herbs, green herbs, stuff like that. But most of the things you would find are out through the land itself that would lead you with scavenging. So if you do go scavenging, I would need you to roll up.
Scavenging it is, and you said roll luck?
Yes. There isn't an actual thing for looting.
Well, that's a big old no.
Curses.
I don't know what I'm hearing, but it sounds like a squeaky toy.
They are the greatest.
But yeah, you're looking around, not finding much of anything. You find what you think is an herb stone, an herb, yeah. And you touch it, and it turns out to be from ivy. Yay! I'm assuming that with like your knowledge of plants and stuff, yeah, that's poison ivy. I mean, I just touched it, but hey, it's poison ivy. I probably shouldn't touch that anymore. Is there anything else major that you're doing?
Nope.
All right. Misty. Feeling Philly of amazing fox.
I am doing heckin' good. Might even be on the verge of doing well, even.
All right.
Let's see. What else can I do?
So,
for them.
you've been running around the med bay for a good bit now with various dogs not here anymore. Some of them actually getting up and being like, hey, I'm alive, and walking out. And then others just being like, I'm not dying anymore. Yay! And still being in pain.
They must be upset because they're dirty. Time to clean them. The power of fluff compels you. Power of fluff compels you. The power of fluff compels you.
Alright. So, the doctor is walking around seeing that, hey, stuff is actually happening whenever you yell at things. And he looks at some of the patients that you were hitting with a stick earlier, and hey, they're not dying anymore. So he is very confused.
Well, that's alright. He can stay confused. The power of fluff compels you.
You are best, Philly. Definitely.
I mean, she tries. She's also very trying, but...
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, welcome to children.
Welcome to children.
This is not your average child. She is useful.
She is magical.
I want to make a comment about a child in another one of my campaigns, but I don't really feel like that would be a good thing. I will just say that we finally got to the point where we got tired and we now have a leash for them.
Good one.
I'm not kidding. We actually have a collar, a leash, and a muzzle.
Okay. The muzzle will help extend things quite a bit. I was about to say, yeah, I give that about 37 minutes of solid determination and chewing before they chew through the leash. But a muzzle, okay, that might actually help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been following that campaign. It's funny. Alright. So, I'm assuming that y'all are just going to what you're doing, just wandering about with Barry aiding in the tent, and I'm not going to make her roll a bajillion rolls or go to the zillion patients and whatnot. I'm not going to have Chatterpot go up to a million store clerks and everything. I'm just going to jump cuts to you all are done doing things and whatnot. Really boring, really fast. If I didn't.
Yeah. Once we're done, Barry will go up to Misty, pull out her blood covered cyber arms and ask, "Do you think you can give me a hand with cleaning up?"
The power of fluff compels you.
Thank you, Misty. I'll say as my now clean hooves and mechanical parts go back into their respective compartments.
The General will come up to you two here together in the med bay, surprisingly clean after having healed several dogs. But you're still surprisingly clean. Makes sense, totally.
Yeah.
So, Miss Barry, doctor speaking, by the way, the doctor, puns. I have no clue how, but this small child has been waving a fox at their face. Yeah, stand it. But hey, it works, and I'm going to give you back your stick. Please don't hit anyone with this again. He proceeds to hand you back your stick, the mighty Zephyr Blade.
Misty, tell me you were not actually whacking patients with the stick prior to in the process of healing them. You were, weren't you? Holy cats! My apologies, doctor. She can be a little bit eccentric as children are, and I was not anticipating her going with the beat it with a stick until it's better option. At least she shifted to a better technique. But the important thing is everyone's been treated now and are now healing.
Yeah. Well, at least the method works. He's very much not sure about that, but still, it works.
Mm-hmm.
The general, kind of with the cyber really working, but it's functioning enough for him to walk on it, so yay. So, I believe it is time for that talk we had planned, I believe.
Is there any,
unless you have anything else.
is there any place that you would like to have the talk at, so I can gather the rest of the group?
Maybe local mess hall or bellies while you relax. A good idea.
Perhaps it would be nice to have the discussion over a little something to eat. It's been a long day. Very well. I'll gather my companions and meet you at the mess hall.
Yes. All right.
And a brief out of character moment. It looks like Sketchy is in the chat and saying hi and saying how the game's been going since they left.
It is going, from my point of view, hopefully are enjoying this. But, yes. What, Mr. Competition and Robert, are you all doing anything else as Barry comes to find you?
When Barry comes to find Tater Tot, he is likely sitting there with his portable workbench welding things together. Probably using a rock to weld them. Don't question it.
All right.
Hmm.
And Chain?
Again, there's not really a lot Shane can do in this kind of city. I mean, if there was more of like a political intrigue plot or something where he could sneak around a little bit more, sure, he could do some stuff. Right now, yeah, nothing. Just kind of aimlessly wandering, for lack of a better phrase.
I guess that is kind of sadly true when it comes to things that revolve around just medicine alone. Shane doesn't really have much to do as pretty much a solely combat focused and sneak focused character.
I mean, here's the thing. He's good at survival. I mean, like, really good at survival. But when I have to roll luck to find any sort of plants instead of rolling survival and then rolling luck to see how many I get,
Yeah, I should have thought of that.
then it's a little, first off,
I
kicking
should have
ballsy.
Yeah. Hmm. Sorry about that.
Lesson learned then?
Yeah. I forgot something. I'll have you roll that in a minute. If you want to do that instead. Yeah, sorry, I kind of forgot survivalism was a thing for a brief minute there.
So this is so we're gonna have a live action retcon.
I'm fine
Yeah.
just going ahead and saving that for, future instances. It's fine.
Oh yeah, sure. Or you can just roll it after the game, whatever. They find you all doing your various things. I assume Shane's probably just like, hey, look at that. That's a nice looking building. And I assume you bring them all wherever the mess hall is in town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll let them know that the general is healed up and wishes to speak with us at the mess hall. So we might as well get something to eat while we're there.
All right. So you all walk in. It's not a building per se. It's most of the things here are just tents that have been set up with signs or this or that. There are a few things that are like this, but it's mostly just ruins that happen to exist on the grounds. You go in, the doctor's sitting over there with some of the more staff, and the general is waiting back off the corner per se, but against the wall, waiting for you all to arrive.
Well then, everybody, allow me to introduce you to General Whistle.
Whistle.
If that's what you prefer. These are my compatriots, Chain, Ain, Misty, and Tater Tot.
Tater Tot will wave. Cautiously.
All right. evening, the Pegasus that you brought with you. He's been following close behind, done much. He's currently ordering. Because, yeah, he still exists. He's still relevant. He's getting down.
I completely forgot about him.
Yeah, he's so annoying for that brief instance, and then he never existed again.
Oh. And I forgot about the tag along evening.
Hi, I exist.
Did you do anything to help while we were in the middle of treating all those dogs?
I stopped a person from getting punched in the face instead, so hey, did something.
I'm looking at the flavor text that Tear just popped in, and does anyone else notice that he is apparently ironing clothes on top of chain?
That's actually intentional. Don't question where I got these.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm fixing his leather armor.
I know.
Yes, Whistle. We are indeed an odd group. What is it you wish to talk to us about?
You are, as your own words have stated, an odd bunch of individuals. And after thinking about in the medbay a while back, this benefactor, he's immortal, correct?
That's what seems to be the
or
case.
At least
yes.
Seem.
I am back. Sorry.
Well, I was thinking and recall something, and it finally hit me. A while back, some group of like 2 or 3 people came through here. Similar to your party almost. There was a pony, Pegasus, I think, and 2 zebras. Yeah. They were looking for some group of individuals up in the mountains. Said that they heard it would be a better place for them or something. I asked them what they meant. Yeah. And after much discussion, they said I wrote it off back then, but hey, it might have some credence to it. I obviously didn't want to test their claim, because that's just killing someone. But hell, maybe it's true. They're supposed to be off to the south of here, towards the more mountainish area.
And if I recall correctly, we were told that to the south there was a group of slavers down there.
Yeah, that group was supposed to be stationed along some railroad tracks. You might have walked over the tracks on your way here. It's they shouldn't be too much of an issue. You might want to watch if you walk along the road because I think it passes along the edge of their territory. But if you just follow the road for a bit, then drift off of it into the mountains, it should be maybe a week's walk. What I heard, because I think that's what they said. Anyways, should be about a week's walk, and you'll get there. I think there's something up in that area, anyways. The road leads into the mountains, so there's gotta be something up there. And the slavers. Out for winged creatures. Because after a few scouting parties went that way, then flying around in a bunch of things, flying, darting around, and they scared our group off. I still don't understand that, but they did, and yay. I eventually went in and investigated it. Didn't find anything, but keep it in mind. Don't want some random flying creature pick you up and never hear from you all again.
And perhaps it might be wise for us to try and gear up a little bit before we try making that trek. Just better to be safe and see if we can improve our equipment, so we're better prepared for anything that might be waiting for us up there.
Yes, but aside from that, and aside from the side, yeah, I know. Find any supplies that you don't need. Wait to be back, because it might not look like it at first. Not in the greatest of situations. No, nobody is. But it's your choice. We could go along fine without it. At least if we can keep these skirmishes off of us for long enough. But yeah. If you are going that way, stock up and be careful.
What do you all think? Is there anything that we can spare for them?
Not for my saddlebags. I already gave the market a good look over and sold what I could and bought what I thought I could.
I wonder. Do you think there's a way for us to get in contact with Still to see if he can try to or set up a trade route over here?
Well, his little settlement is what, 1, maybe 2 days old at this point. I don't think it has anything worthwhile yet. Not to mention he's got to deal with that tax-hungry mayor.
True. Perhaps it might be best for us to, while we're trying to gear up, so to speak, probe around some of the nearby areas and see if we can find some supplies, not just for us, but for the town of Mud here.
Not to be rude, but we've already done that. The city to our north, it's basically bordering on our little settlement here. We picked everything we could on our end of it clean. The other end of it's where these skirmishes don't go that far in. But, and to our south is the mountains, also border what settlement or group or whatever seems to be further into them. You all came from no, not the west, the east. Brain work. And there's not much there, as you know. And then what's to the west?
Still, there must be something that we can do.
The best I have in terms of ideas, if you honestly want to help us out, don't know why you would, but you already did plenty. You've helped us on the medical front, for one. We got some of our you said something about a settlement. Hell, it may be 2 days old, but in the future that might be better than nothing. You can do for us, really.
It could be worth it, because as they start to grow, the possibility for trade will increase, and you can both become stronger for it. And I think I had an idea, if everyone else is okay with it, because we have we were given a map above this nearby area, and there are a few places that we would like to check out. Perhaps we could be returned to your town as sort of a central area of sorts, a homestead of a sorts for us to return to rest our heads in between investigations, and of course, we will do our best to scavenge what we can, and what we don't need or can't use can go to you, either to further your own supplies or as items for trade. Would the rest of you be down for that?
I mean, if we find more stuff, we could sell it to these people, yes.
Sorry, what?
You are
a what?
You are a very opportunistic individual.
I am a merchant.
The rad side. Well, will gladly buy most anything you can find. Of course, there are things I don't have a use for, but. And
Yep,
you all said you had a map?
Yes, yes. After we left that first nameless town, we were, one of the things we were given was a map, which is what led us to the northwest to begin with. Is we were going to investigate a facility up there.
Yeah, I remember that. Well. There isn't much I can tell you in the facility. It might be past the mountains. As I said, I don't about the west part of here, northwest, west, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it is, it's not in my knowledge.
I suppose the only way to find out would be to go there and see what can be found.
And any other advice that I have to say? If you're trying to get off the island, don't take the main road to the westmost island. It's a bridge in between. It drops off in the middle, and I'm pretty sure, we're not entirely, but most people assume that's where one of the megas go. Don't go there. That's not a pleasant area.
Thank you for the warning. So everyone, should we get ready to head out, or is there anything else that we need to do while we're here?
Well, we could beef up your defenses a little bit. How many caps do you have available at the moment? The answer I'm looking for is 300.
I believe he's asking you, Barry.
Yes, I am.
You were a little quiet there towards the end. Could you repeat that?
Repeating the whole thing. Tater Tot was looking at Barry and said, we could beef up your defenses a little bit. How many caps do you have on you at the moment? And then he whispered, the answer I'm looking for is 300.
I've got plenty of caps to spare 300.
Excellent. Give me those in an hour, and I'll have something that'll hopefully keep you alive.
Out of game. It is getting pretty late, and so you all might want to... If you want to head out through the night, that's fine. I'm not going to stop you. Hell, I know people love to walk around in the night and act like vampires, but I don't think that that's what you all like to do.
Yeah.
So he is offering free.
I will give Tater Tot the 300 caps he asked for, and then ask ask Whistle if there are any quarters that we might rest the night in before heading out in the morning.
Well, we did have an inn, and in the last skirmish, it got burnt down. So, best I can figure, find a bench, find a patch of leaves, maybe a pot, and roll it into a house. That's the best I got for you.
I suppose we can just set up a little mini campsite. Thank you very much, Whistle.
Alright, so for you all sleeping or not, you take your naps and whatnot, you go to bed. Yeah. And it doesn't really matter who wakes up first unless you all are gonna act out going to breakfast.
Yeah, considering that we're actually inside of a town, it's nice to have us all be able to get a nice, good night's sleep without having to run watches.
Why would I run
That
my
is a
watches?
nice thing.
They fit nicely in my pocket.
Yeah. Yes. So, breakfast, I'm not going to bother having a roll endurance to see who wakes up first.
Good, because the answer would be me. Well,
All right.
that roll, maybe not.
They all wake up, various orders, yawning, open, whatnot. Being woken up by Misty, a child. And go get breakfast. Yada yada yada. Anything you are doing before heading out? Just your general town life, drinking coffee maybe? Because believe it or not, they have a little bit of coffee.
They had a little bit of coffee.
And for Barry, it's just going to be enjoying a brief respite and playing with Root a little because best buddy needs his attention.
All right.
Also, I PM
So,
what that cloak does, Barry.
And a thought just struck me. Considering we're in a town of diamond dogs, what are the odds of me playing with Root might end up getting a few of the other residents to join in? You know, wild wasteland moment. Since Tater Tot is in the party.
If you pick up a stick and say fetch, about 10 other dogs will run at the stick.
Good, physical therapy for when they were injured. Go.
At one point during playing fetch, you see the doctor with the stick in his mouth, and then once he realizes that you're looking at him, he will spit it out and walk away like nothing happened.
In hindsight, playing fetch in a town full of dogs is probably a bad idea, but that was surprisingly cute.
You can see the general in the background leaning against a building chuckling. Just in general, joyful respite before heading off into the unknown. Upon your eve after coffee and rest and Misty running around, probably, or sleeping, one of the two. You all will walk out the gate and everything with a guard behind you, leaving you all into the wilderness of these islands. And I assume y'all are probably going south, unless you all just want to ignore them and go do whatever you want. I don't care.
I think Barry's kind of the leader here, so.
I'm trying not to do that though. I'm trying to get the rest of the party involved in it.
The problem is, I don't think the rest of the party would appreciate Misty trying to take the leadership reign, so I have very actively been not doing anything regarding that.
And to be honest,
That's
nothing
fun.
has caught Tater Tot's attention here. As long as he's on the move, he's happy right now.
This is nice. His character is very geared towards sneak, fight, make a camp, and cook some chicken. So, you and Still Life are the best candidates for leader, and Still Life isn't around.
You're the one that wanted to get involved with this thing, so whether we follow through on it or not is up to you here.
In that case, shall we continue on to our original destination of the facility?
Sure.
It's actually somewhat comforting knowing that we have some place that Ace to come back to that will be welcoming and for us on our return.
Yeah, the last couple towns were shitholes.
Yeah.
So this mudhole is a definite step up.
You go from a shithole to a mudhole. It's far better.
Climb that ladder.
Despite there probably is somewhere like the shitting corner that smells and you haven't wandered into it yet. But still, you are looking at your map, just trying to figure out, okay, so from that town they said it was west. From this town, which would mean that now it would probably, because we went a while west, so it's that way. Maybe. I assume you all are maps. Maybe Robert would be good at reading maps.
I do have a pip book with a map function which I can use to compare what the pip book map is saying versus the paper one.
True.
Because
they didn't mark it. The problem with that is no one's marked it on your Pip-Boy map. And Pip-Boys don't just show locations that aren't marked.
That's up.
or that
we
you
could
haven't
just
been to.
line the map up with that Pip-Buck map
And that's
compare.
that's exactly what I'm saying is to match up the Pip-Buck map to the paper map, and just mark use a custom mark on the Pip-Buck map in the same approximate location as it is on the paper one.
Alright. After fiddling with things and you can see that if you follow one of the railroad tracks closest to you, because
Hello? Must be.
So,
sorry, was I not talking?
you were not.
No, that's me.
Yeah.
My Discord dies every once in a while, sorry.
Yeah, voice connected just killed itself. But yeah, looking at the map and whatnot, it seems the railroad tracks that you can clearly see because they're right next to this settlement / town. If you follow them north about a week, maybe a week and 2 days, and you'd probably reach the location.
And we'd be heading north, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I've got the approximate location of the facility marked on my Pip-Buck map. So all that's left to do is just start walking.
This will be a walking montage. Also, Taratot, don't forget to roll bric-a-brac because... Yeah, don't forget to roll bric-a-brac because it is a new day.
Oh, I didn't roll that correctly. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah.
And whatever your loot is, just put it somewhere, either in or in general, wherever you want. I'll find it later. But you all are making sure to keep her on your compass somewhat centered, or at least in view.
Easy enough, cause don't forget it. The compass is part of EFS.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm definitely throughout the entire time keeping my eye on EFS for anything to pop up.
After about the end of the nearing it, anyways, the sun is setting and whatnot. Got nice there. If there was a camera recording this, there obviously isn't, but still, if there was, and you see a dot appear on EFS coming from the direction that you're going.
What color dot is it?
It is green.
Green?
Yes.
So an
But
ally.
close. Well, a not harm, but
Yeah, because green is for friendlies and party members. Wouldn't it be yellow if it's neutral?
yeah, yellow. That works better, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It's yellow. It doesn't seem to be avidly doing anything. And behind it, another two dots appear, both red. And then a third.
And I think we need to get ready. A non-hostile show appeared on EFS, and now it seems like there are 3 hostiles following it. So it looks like some pony is being chased. So
either that, or their 3 companions are not friendly, but they themselves are.
Either way, we should probably take cover and get ready to defend ourselves, or save whoever that yellow dot is, assuming that they are being chased.
Okay, and then Tater Tot will promptly hide behind the nearest rock or something.
Barry will also take cover, equipping the new cloak that Tater Tot gave her, and pulling out her recharger rifle.
All right. What about Misty?
Everyone's hiding apparently, so I guess she'll join in on the fun. She is the best at hide and seek. No one can beat her.
All right. And Robert, what about you?
Sorry, what? I got pulled away for a second. What's going on?
EFS has a yellow dot, and behind it coming from the direction you all were going. This is darting behind rocks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move off the main road and maybe duck behind some rocks to keep an eye out.
All right. Wait for a bit for things to possibly come by, or you eventually, well, on EFS, Barry, you see one red dot blink out of existence, but the others are still prominently there. And along with the red winking out dot, you hear a 2 gunshots in the distance. And someone starts yelling, like, "Help! Is anybody there?" Yeah, basically just a cry of help.
Look,
Tater Tot will yell back, "No! Sorry!" They go back to hiding behind the rock.
looks like they took out one of the red ones, so I think it's reasonably safe to say that they are being chased.
Well, I think their assailants are calling for help, so I let them know there's no help available for them.
Sure. With the response of nothing being there.
Out of character, we should probably move up to this.
Yeah, if we're going to be going into combat, it might be a good idea to have some kind of a map set up.
That is what I figure. And since I don't have a map available, that might be a problem.
So think
They-
we should call it for tonight on the eve of battle, and next week we can jump in and save whoever's being chased by those two red dots.
I mean, that remains to be seen.
I would say that that is the best thing that we can possibly do. I am glad my computer did not decide to kill itself too badly tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It looked like Twitch had a few buffering issues along the way, but I don't know if that's on my end, if it's from OBS, or if it's just Twitch being Twitch.
Maybe it's common, you never know.
Yeah. Especially since I'm so new to streaming.
But I will see you all get real quick. Aside from the obvious things that space, which is and what that's the only loot that you all really get.
Mm-hmm. I guess the big question is how much experience do we get, if any?
If I remember correctly, you are all at level 4?
Level 5. We're at level 5 with 11,000 experience, and we need 15,000 to level up.
Alright. I'll give 1,000 your medical help and aid in the tents. I'm just gonna give that to the entire party because having someone end up behind is kind of a bad thing.
So 1,000, you said?
Yeah. 1,000. Then on top of that, for a good bit of roleplay, I'll give 150.
So that'll be so that'll put us at 12,150 then, correct?
Yes.
That is how my math checks out.
All right, that leaves us officially 43% of the way from level 5 to level 6.
And I will bid all of you watching people who seem to think that this is entertaining. I don't blame you. It is very entertaining. The mighty Zephyr Blade.
Yes, the mighty Zephyr Blade, the power of fluff or whatever it was, compels you, and just playing fetch with the whole damn town.
Did the mighty Zephyr Blade get any experience?
It did, but in true Skyrim fashion, it lost experience for being in jail.
Yes, that's exactly.
Dang it, stop being a meanie. I need to power it up. Still trying to unlock its true potential.
Yes, it has a true potential. It's definitely not just a stick.
All right then. So
for karma's sake, you Misty gets +5. Barrel +5. And no one else really did anything good or evil, so no one else gets karma.
So +5, you said, for me?
Yep. And aside from all that, I think that's everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so...
How did you all...
Definitely had fun this time.
So,
especially since the technical difficulties were so much less than they were last week. It was nearly unplayable last week. No offense intended.
Oh, no, I understand that 100%.
Alright then, so that will bring the stream to a close. To everyone who came by to watch, thank you so much, and I hope you all had a fun time.
And for anyone who's waiting for the story to actually get updated, my computer's broken still. So whenever it's fixed, I'll update the story. I promise.
Yeah, you certainly got plenty of material to work with now, and since I've started streaming, now you've got an archive to work with as well.
Yes, I do. And that's going to be very helpful.
All right, then.
Because currently I'm only having to remember the first little bit where I didn't have an archive.
So with that said, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification for all that stuff. Don't forget our Patreon, our BitChute, and just mail me your money.
I'm just assuming that Tattertot is doing that in character, like just talking into the air, like, don't forget to like and subscribe, and everyone's just looking at him like, what?
This is an out of character thing. Tater Tot, will you please stop breaking the fourth wall and just let me close out the stream?
Fine, I'll get the duct tape.
You duct tape yourself. That's funny.
Fourth wall breakers. Anyway, hey, good night, everyone, and and until next time, take care.